Albert Einstein. The story of Albert Einstein's life and his great discoveries, the curious boy. Albert and the magical compass. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in the city of Ulm, Germany. From a young age, Albert was different from other kids. He was quiet, often kept to himself, and didn't like noisy games. Instead, Albert was always lost in thought, asking strange questions that even adults sometimes couldn't answer. One time when Albert was 5 years old and sick in bed, his father brought him a special gift, a compass. This little compass changed the boy's life. No matter which way Albert turned it, the needle always pointed in the same direction. Albert was completely amazed and wondered, what is making this needle always point in one direction? There must be something invisible pulling it from the inside. That simple question planted a seed of endless curiosity in young Albert's heart about the mysterious rules of the world. This seed grew and pushed him throughout his life to understand things that the eye can't see. School days and first challenges. In school, Albert wasn't an outstanding student in every subject. He was brilliant at science, especially math and physics, but he hated memorizing things he felt were pointless. Albert preferred to think for himself and find his own answers rather than just following what his teachers told him. This made some teachers think he was a slow and stubborn child. One teacher even told his parents, "Your son will never amount to anything." If you find this story interesting, please don't hesitate to give me a like and subscribe to receive more new, interesting stories. But Albert didn't care. He kept reading science books, doing small experiments on his own, and always asking big questions like, if I ran after a ray of light, what would it look like? These questions guided him to his great discoveries later in life. The Great Discoveries of 1905, the Miracle Year. After he graduated, Albert Einstein couldn't find a job teaching at a university, so he took a job at a patent office in Switzerland. His job was to review and approve other people's inventions. The work seemed boring, but it gave Einstein time to think about his own scientific ideas. In 1905, at just 26 years old, Albert Einstein astounded the world. In just 1 year, he published 4 scientific papers that completely changed how we see the world. That's why 1905 is called Einstein's Miracle Year. Among those papers, 2 were the most important discoveries. 1. The special theory of relativity. If you move very fast, time slows down. Imagine you are sitting on a bicycle and your friend is on another. You are both riding. Your speed compared to your friend is 0. But Einstein thought about something else. What would happen if one of you moved extremely fast, close to the speed of light? Einstein realized that time and space are not fixed things, but they can change depending on how fast the observer is moving. Einstein gave a simple but very strange example. Let's say a boy is on a spaceship moving incredibly fast. People on Earth would see time pass more slowly for that boy than it does on Earth. This was an incredibly bizarre idea, but scientists later proved it to be true. The special theory of relativity showed that the speed of light is the fastest speed in the universe, and nothing can travel faster than it. 2. The famous formula, E, mc2. This is probably the most famous scientific formula in the world. What does it mean? Imagine you have a tiny piece of candy. Einstein said that inside that tiny piece of candy, there is a huge amount of energy hidden. The formula E mc2 tells us that the energy, E of an object, is equal to its mass, m, multiplied by the speed of light, c, squared. Because the speed of light is a very big number, even a very small mass contains an enormous amount of energy. This discovery opened a new era for physics and has been used in many fields, from nuclear power to the creation of the atomic bomb. However, Einstein, a man who loved peace, always hoped his discoveries would be used for good. Reaching for the stars, the general theory of relativity. After his great discoveries in 1905, Einstein didn't stop. He continued to think about even bigger questions. He wanted to understand gravity, the thing that makes an apple fall to the ground and makes the Earth orbit the Sun. In 1915, he published the general theory of relativity, a theory that was even more complex. He came up with a totally new idea. Space and time are not fixed backdrops. They are made of a flexible grid. The mass of planets and stars is like heavy balls placed on this grid, causing it to curve or warp. So, when smaller objects pass near larger objects, they follow the curve of the warped grid instead of going in a straight line. Einstein explained that gravity is not a pulling force, but the bending of space and time caused by massive objects. Imagine you place a heavy bowling ball on a trampoline. The trampoline will sag. Then you roll a small marble. The marble won't go straight, it will roll in a curve around the bowling ball. That's how the general theory of relativity explains the motion of planets around the sun. At first, many scientists were doubtful of this theory. But in 1919, during a solar eclipse, astronomers observed that the light from a star was bent as it passed near the sun, exactly as Einstein had predicted. This discovery launched Einstein to the peak of his fame, making him one of the most famous people in the world. The Nobel Prize and later years. In 1921, Albert Einstein was awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for his contributions to theoretical physics. He became a celebrity, a hero in the scientific community, and a symbol of genius. In his later years, Einstein continued his research, searching for a unified field theory to combine all the forces in the universe into a single theory. Although he was never able to complete this work, his efforts laid the groundwork for many later studies. Albert Einstein passed away on April 18, 1955. He left humanity a massive scientific legacy, an example of perseverance, a thirst for knowledge, and endless curiosity. Lessons for us. The story of Einstein's life teaches us that curiosity is the most important thing. Always ask why about everything around you. Don't be afraid to fail. Einstein also had failures, but he never gave up. Think differently. Don't just do what others do. Find your own path. Albert Einstein proved that a quiet, reserved boy who was once thought to be slow could change the way we see the world with nothing more than a compass and a mind that never stopped asking questions. Hold on to your own curiosity, because it might lead you to amazing discoveries. To discover more great stories about great scientists in the world, subscribe to the channel, like and press the bell to receive new stories soon.